Today I am making brunch sandwiches. I'm using ciabatta rolls, boar's head turkey, pepper jack cheese. I'm gonna use an egg, salt, pepper, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil spray, and then I'm gonna be topping it off with spinach, red onions, avocado, and tomatoes. So the first step is to go ahead and spray your pan with non-stick spray, and then we're gonna toast our bread. After we toast our bread, the next step is gonna be to make our eggs and put all these delicious ingredients together. Now that our bread is nice and toasty, I'm gonna lower the temperature a little bit, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put these over to the side on my plate here. And then we can work on the buns, yay, while we have this here. Now I do have a question for some of you, but I don't know if you guys go through this or not, but every time I have, either I'm cooking or anytime that I'm actually like really cooking, Tony, the cameraman, always comes and wants to steal my ingredients, and it just drives me crazy because I already have them set aside. So I just think it's really funny. So I don't know if your husband or wives do that out there, or your significant other.
It's not true.
Totally. So the skillet has already been sprayed with non-stick spray, and I'm gonna be putting my eggs in here. I personally don't like the yolk to be runny. Tony sometimes likes it, but not all the time, and Anthony has requested that his be a little bit runny, not too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my eggs here on the skillet. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I am going to lightly season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. We do like pepper.
Can I have more pepper, please? More, please? Keep it. I'll take more.
So you want an egg with your pepper, I see.
That's
So the next step is that I'm going to use this avocado. I only have half of an avocado right now, so I'm gonna try to split this as best as possible between the 3 breakfast sandwiches. We all love avocado a lot, so I would say that it's something we try to incorporate to almost all of our meals. Avocados here in Hawaii are pretty expensive, depending on where you go. We went to Safeway, which is a grocery store, and they were almost $3 per avocado, and it's just the regular Hass avocados. I don't know if they're Hass or not, since that's the brand, but they're the small ones, not like the big Florida kind. So yeah, they're pretty pricey. At the commissary, they are about $1.90 each. As opposed to back in Tennessee, where they were about 89 cents to $1 per. So last minute decision here is that we are going to be adding some fresh jalapeno slices to Tony's sandwich only. And he has very kindly requested that I use the back slices, not the front slices, because the seeds are back here. So this is gonna be a lot spicier. All right. So I'm gonna try to make them as thin as possible, but no pressure. Yikes. This is not the best knife, so I'm gonna come back with 2. All right, so let's see if it was the knife or if it's really just my skills. I think it's really just my skills, but there we go. Those are a little bit thinner. So I may even add these to the pan to cook them a little bit, depending on what Tony wants. What do you want, honey?
not cooked, bro.
Not cooked. You want them raw. Are they spicier that way?
I don't know.
Alrighty.
Tastes crispy enough.
Alright, so now that this is ready, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these cold cuts and put them at the bottom of each one of these ciabatta rolls. There we go. And you have to work so fast, especially if you're wanting to save some of that yolk and make it be runny. So I'm gonna put that there for Anthony. Hopefully it's not overcooked. Then I'm gonna add my eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this to warm. So the next step is going to be to add our pepper jack cheese. Of course, use any cheese that you have at home. This is just what I happen to have here. And we're gonna put it there. The next step is to bring these back to the pan. That way the cheese can melt. If you have a panini maker, you can also put these in the panini maker. And then I'm just gonna start building on these. I do have some spinach, so I'm gonna add spinach here. A little bit, not too much. I used to make these sandwiches for Tony back when we lived in Germany, and I would add so much spinach or lettuce that he would say that it was like a salad within his sandwich. Now, one thing is, Tony's a little picky and he does not like this in his sandwich. For some reason, it just like ruins it. So I have to do that because, you know, he's kind of special. I'm surprised you don't have anything to say, honey.
I don't want to ruin your video.
Thank you, you're the best. So we're going to fix these here. And you can add arugula as well. Arugula makes this taste very, very good. The next step is I did cut thin slices of tomato. So each sandwich is gonna get 2 tomato slices. If you like tomato, go ahead and use it. Of course, if you don't like it, you can substitute with anything you like. You can add extra Canadian bacon, regular bacon, anything you want. That's the cool thing about cooking, is that you can customize this as much as you like and improvise as you go. So now I have some red onions. Now we're gonna be going on a hike after this to a new spot here in Hawaii. So this is why I decided to make these brunch sandwiches, because they're gonna give us all the energy that we need to get through that hike. All right, so now that we have that, that is not a napkin. I'm gonna go ahead and add some fresh jalapenos to Tony's sandwich. And then I'm gonna have to go wash my hands, because the last thing I want is to touch my face and then, you know, end up with rash or something, especially out in the heat while we're hiking. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with the lid, let this warm up so that the cheese melts, and then we will be back shortly. So now that the cheese is melted, I'm gonna go ahead and add these sandwiches to their plates. I can't remember which one's which, so we're just gonna have to kind of figure it out as we go. I do remember that this is Tony's sandwich because of the jalapenos, and then I think this one is Anthony's. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in half so that you can see how delicious it's gonna look inside. I do have a serrated knife here, and I am not cutting it in a diagonal because that is just too much work. And there you have it, breakfast sandwich.